Utinni!
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Utinni Designs. I know we did a stream last night, but we're going to do another one today because I got some orders for some stands in. So I figured, why not have a little live stream while we're creating some stands for some customers and chat. And we also have a guest with us here. And as soon as he pops in, then we will go ahead and kind of get going here. Let me put on my headphones so I can hear him. And I'll make sure that my audio is set correctly. It is. All right, let's bring in our guest here. Scotty Keys.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Justin hit me up this morning. He's like, "Hey, you want to come on the show?" I'm like, "Why not?" You know. So here we are.
Yeah, pretty cool. I think it's the first time we've had you on. Maybe the second time.
Second time, I would say. Yeah, I think I was on briefly before, but yeah.
So, yeah, I got some orders last night for some more stands for Micro Galaxy Squadron.
Nice.
A Gap. And so I was just gonna kind of work on those. I probably won't show much of the laser bed this time just because I had some comments that people are like, yeah, it's like watching grass grow. So, and you really can't see much anyway with the gantry style laser head. So I'm going to start this job. If I get my software to work, I'm having a little bit of difficulty.
Yeah.
But once we get that to work, then I'll get it going and talk about some other stuff. So
yeah, I was telling Justin that it seems like his machines have stage fright. You know, it just seems to happen. It's trying to stream, because you got to keep in mind the computer's trying to stream, it's doing other stuff, plus it's trying to do whatever software. And it's like if it's 3D software or laser or any of the other stuff that he's doing, sometimes that requires quite a bit of memory for the computer, and it probably just kind of hangs for a second. So very possible, but you know, the product speaks for itself. You do an amazing job with those stands, buddy.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I can get this thing to work and load for me.
It will work. Let's make it work.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody send positive vibes so we can actually do something besides sit here and just talk to a screen.
Exactly.
I guess while this is doing that, I can switch my camera over to this, and let's see, we see the corner of my iPad here, so I'll move that over. So I've already made one stand today for client, and it is the Slave One with the Mythosaur.
Oh, nice.
And I don't take the paper off the back when I have to ship something. So, but I do test fit it to make sure it all fits in there correctly before I ship. So it's kind of hard to do it with just one hand. So just get that down in there. Boy, nothing wants to work for me today. There we go. And then we just set the ship on the stand.
Oh, that's cool.
And let me see if I can get a better view here.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it's upside down, but it's great. I get the idea.
Yeah.
Now it's on its back. Yeah. It's all good.
Let's see if I can turn this the other direction here. Maybe not. I need to set up my cameras different. But it gives you the idea.
Yeah.
So that's the the first stand
That's cool.
that I did. So we'll move that one off. I've already cut a couple pieces for the next stand. I just got to get my laser to talk to my software.
You can do it. You can do it. I think Gab's asking, drinking already, Justin? Nope.
Yeah, not yet. That'll be later. Let's see. What do I have on that could be messing with that?
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Not the Mac, but I have tried. I have tried turning the laser back on and off again.
Right, right.
Let me do it one more time and see what happens. What's weird is that the laser head's in. It's almost like it's trying to grab a screen capture, but then it doesn't. So let me flip it off. Like I said, it was working perfectly 5 minutes before the stream.
Right.
So let's see here. Can flip the cam back to me. Wearing a Rex shirt today.
Nice. Oh, that's actually Rex. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's actually Rex with the Greedo head on it. So
that's funny. That's funny.
Getting that going. Let me start up my software. Let's see if we can't get this going here. Because there's no red lights or anything, so that's good. It's loading up the, I wonder if I share my screen. So that is the bed of the laser. And then what I want to do is do an aimed measure. And that'll take a measurement.
That one outline that is already cut out, that's in the upper right, that one. Yeah, that one. Right, nope, the other one. That one. Next one.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't help but my 12-year-old sees the butt and something else. So I'm just going to say that. We'll call it that.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, that's what the Mythosaurus skull looks like when it's cut out.
Cut out. Mm-hmm. I see it now, but before, of course, my 12-year-old brain saw something else.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. See, now it says that it's loading, so we'll see how far it gets. Normally, it's way faster than this.
Do it.
So what it's doing is it's taking a close-up picture, so I can zoom in here and see where my cuts need to be without running into other cuts that I've already done.
Right. And you print it with the images reversed.
Correct.
So that the etching or
so
whatever
when you
is on
flip
the
it over.
side. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. So that one looks good.
The Niner in the chat.
Hey, Janine. So I think we're good on that. Now I just need to check my settings. So we're at 2.5 cut, 2.5 and cut. And then we have all these as engraves. Engrave, cut. So I know this says 2.88, but it's actually 2.5, and I'll kind of show you on this other camera why that is. So move these out of the way. So basically, I cut the verticals first,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I cut out, because I'm using 3 millimeter for the verticals or 1/8 inch, and I use 1/4 inch or 6 millimeter for the stands.
Yeah.
I have to adjust for kerf.
Yep.
And so what I do is I cut several different slots, and on this side you probably can't see it, but there's
Yeah.
little numbers,
Oh, okay.
and so I tie the numbers into what I need, and then I try to fit and see which slot it goes into.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
so
not
like
too
that,
loose, but it's nice and
right?
snug. Yep.
So like that one's too loose.
Yeah.
So this one is snug. This one, it won't fit at all. So this one, I flip it over 2.5. So 2.5 is
Yep.
what I have.
It's very typical with materials. It's like even in the cabinet industry, right? You're like, I want 3/4 plywood. Well, 3/4 plywood wouldn't be 19 millimeters. It would be like 17.5. So
Right.
it's very typical that things aren't 3 millimeter. Acrylic is actually 2.5. Yeah, it makes total sense.
So then we go to our process screen that says it'll take 14 minutes to cut.
Nice.
And then I can just zoom in here and make sure that everything looks copacetic before I press the start, because once you do that, there's no turning back.
Right, right. It is what it is.
So let me remove that. So it'll go through the engrave process, and it will engrave first, then it will score, then it will cut.
Wow. It sounds like a big router in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the exhaust, basically. I have it blowing out the garage door. So hopefully it's not too awfully loud. But,
what's the temperature like where you're at right now?
right now, outside, it is. I should know it because I just looked at it a little bit ago. It is 80 degrees.
Okay. 74 out here, which is actually kind of cool for how it's been, which is nice. 80
Right.
degrees, so that's not bad.
And then in my garage, it's currently 72 because I have my AC running
Oh,
in the
nice.
garage. So
You got an AC in your garage?
Yeah, I have a mini split. I just installed that about a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew I was going to have to work out in the garage a lot this summer, and
Yeah.
it gets super hot out here, and the laser
Yep.
will not function anything over 35 degrees Celsius, which is basically 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to find a way to cool down the laser. So I worked. So the laser right now is at 24 degrees Celsius.
Gotcha.
So it is well within its means
Mm-hmm.
of working properly. So the other, let's see, the stand we're making right now is for the flat,
Oh, okay.
or the gunship.
Yep, yep.
So that's the stand we're making right now. These are the two verticals. And then the next one would be for the U-wing.
Yeah. Yeah, U-wing's awesome.
Already made the verticals for it, because I always make the verticals first,
Yeah, yeah.
because you have to, again, measure the size of the slot that you need to make.
Right, right.
So,
And also keep in mind that you've still got the paper on the acrylic, because those parts are actually clear.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you wanted to see a stain, what the cut looks like,
Right. Nice.
this is what it looks like.
That's really cool.
So, just a clone trooper head, and then it says Republic Gunship Lat Eye. So that's what it'll look like when you're done.
Nice.
I always keep demos of ones that I've created so I can make sure that everything still lines up.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have an order come in, I'll do the verticals first, then the bases, test it with the ship in it, and then double wrap them and put them in a box and get them ready to ship.
Right.
So
That's what I keep hearing. It's funny.
oh, that's what's coming through your audio.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too bad for the viewers.
No, I mean you can deal with it. It just sounds like it's in the background instead of it being up front and too personal.
I don't know if I can cut that mic back for background noise or not. Let's see. Audio. It's already on with its background noise. So I guess it is what it is.
Yeah.
The other project that I did, it could kind of be hard to see, but
Well, go ahead and blow your screen up. Let's see if we can see it.
all right.
There you
So this is a base of a container, almost like a shipping container, but it's a storage container, and it's 3D printed. And then I have the pieces to make the actual container.
go. Oh, cool.
And this is for a local company. And the containers actually come shipped kind of folded down.
Right.
And then the walls fold up, the ends fold up, and then you put the top on and you screw everything together, and that's their mobile containers.
Oh, that's cool.
So what I did is I made a 3D version. So that would be the floor. And then you have these have tabs.
Oh, yeah.
Built in. So your base has tabs. So everything kind of snaps together. So you snap everything together. And then you have your ends. So your doors.
Oh, cool.
Basically, this build this thing is almost similar to what they would in real life, and I have built these, so I know kind of how they work. I built the first four of them. I'm helping them started. So we have these corner pieces that in real life you actually screw in. That here you just kind of snap on. Sides and help pull the sides in. Again, they have the pad.
Cool.
It just kind of, you know how 3D models work. I mean, it just kind of snaps together. And, so I designed it in this way. There are a couple different things. One was I wanted to see if I could do it. And two, this is going to be their business card, basically, that they hand to clients that are looking to rent these storage containers.
Yeah.
So I have a UV printer coming, and not a 3D UV printer, but it is a Utinni E1. And what it will do is it will print and cure the resin, and So, for instance, I will 3D print the side,
Right.
and then I will put it in the printer, and it will print the logos, the phone numbers, and it will look identical to their container
Nice.
on each side. So when they put it together,
There's a Rexy.
it looks just like their actual container
Mm-hmm.
that the client will then get. So
Nice.
I thought that would be a cool little business card type thing for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, Rex says good evening, afternoon, and morning. Yeah, it depends on where you're at. Justin's in afternoon. I'm still in morning, and I'm sure somebody's in good evening.
And it looks like Janine's making a Java lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Rex, I got your pull up my other camera here so I can show Rex that I'm supporting him.
Nice.
Got the Millennium Workshop camera going on here.
Yeah, and he's doing the Ahsoka pose with the arms crossed.
Yep.
Nice.
Thanks for making sizes and extra fluffy.
Extra fluffy.
So, but yeah, that's the. This is what it ends up looking like.
That's really
and
cool.
Then they can open the doors, and they have different configurations.
Yeah.
But this gives them the idea, and then once I get the UV printer, again, I can print the logos and decals and stuff on all the sides.
Nice.
And they can present that to help sell it. They can present it to maybe clients or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's just a little something to help with their promotion and marketing. And they like the idea so much that they've already ordered 30 of them.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So to print 30 of them, that's 350 hours of 3D printing.
Damn.
Because it takes about 11 hours to print a complete one with
right.
one printer.
That's what I say. This is where you need another printer.
Yep. So I've been working on that and trying to get that going. And like I said, thankfully with their order, that basically pays for half of the UV printer that I need in order to do the decals for them. So
yeah,
it all works out.
Good.
Yep, it's whirling away. So yeah, I got all the other verticals cut. So like this is for the Emperor. I got it scored and cut.
Nice.
And then I got the Ghost and let's see, Ghost, U-Wing, Gunship, Slave One. Let's see the order. He ordered like 10 ships. 10 stands.
That's really cool.
So I figured, well, I'm going to be out here working anyway. Might as well
be making money.
Alive, Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, might as well do a lot.
That I actually do work.
Well, that's the thing, is that it gets people interested in doing stuff like that, but also learning, and learning the curves of a new thing. It's not always perfect, or you run into this or you run into that error, and it's always nice to kind of see that and how it's solved.
Yeah, so this is showing that it's processing, and it's got 2 minutes left, and it's going to take 14 minutes to do the engrave and cut.
Okay.
And then when I go back to the field here, I can delete the close view and all that. But this isn't a live camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's a static cam, because they don't put live cams in lasers because they don't want you to walk away from them.
Yep.
Because lasers are dangerous. So that's why they do that. It will start cutting too shortly. It's almost done with the bottom here, and I just set up this new garage area because I did have the laser over on this wall, and now I have my paints and acrylics and cleaning supplies and all that stuff on this wall with the laser over here. streaming table here, painting table, and show everybody stuff table here. So I'm still trying to get other cameras and stuff kind of set up, but it's coming.
Gotcha. Rex was asking, do you like the quality of that brand shirt? He goes, you felt that they were the softest.
Yes, these are very similar to the Bella Canvas shirts that I get for my Utinni Design shirts.
Nice.
So I really like the quality. It's a lightweight shirt. So in the summertime, especially here in Carolina, it gets super hot. So
Yep.
I just have to watch it when it cuts. I have some residue from cutting MDF on my slats. And I haven't cleaned them yet. Sometimes it'll flare up.
What is done?
It is. So now I can switch my camera back to here. And then I will take another laser, pop out the little slots. And so there's your finished uncleaned version. Now what I do is I put Dawn liquid soap on top of the acrylic because what I found is that the acrylic gets so hot when the laser hits it that it will re-char any dust from the acrylic back into the acrylic.
Oh, wow.
So I put Dawn dish soap on it to act as kind of a mask or some type of
a lubricant. A
lubricant so it doesn't hold. So
right.
We'll flip this over and make sure this fits.
Nice.
And there we go.
Awesome.
So,
that's really cool.
Test it in the stand. And everything seems to work.
Nice. That's awesome.
One piece that might be a little loose. Let's see. Nope, that was just the way I had it. So that is how it's done.
Nice. Very cool.
So then what I do is I take out the verticals and then I go wash this with a soft sponge in the sink and that cleans it off and then I package it up and ship it.
Nice.
So I'll set that one right there. And the next one we got is the U-wing. So there's the vertical for that. So then we just go into, let's see, I'll put this back on me. Yeah, it's telling me I need to clean it. But I try to get through several cuts before I have to do that.
Yep, I get it.
So then I open up my U-wing file. And it will automatically capture the background.
There it is. Then you say, I want it over here. Yep.
Yep. And I'm actually going to put it down here, I think. Try to use up try not to waste as much of acrylic as possible.
Yeah.
Because acrylic isn't cheap, so.
Nope. Hasn't been for a long time. Yeah.
So we'll auto measure, and then I always bump it up just slightly. And then we'll take our close measurements. just align it. Another, try to get that edge so I can see where the edge is going to fall.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, just barely making it.
Yep. I can get just a tick bit closer. Right about there.
Nice.
And then what I want to do is I want to make sure on my cut areas say cut, and on my engrave areas say engrave. And then I want to double check this slot because this is only a one slot stand.
Gotcha.
So I go back to my little piece that I had. If I can find it, what I do with it. It's around here somewhere. I guess that's not it. There it is. Hiding in plain sight.
Always.
All right, so 2.45 fits. .5 is going to be too loose. So 2.45. I want to make that 2.44 just for giggles. And hopefully it's not too tight. So should be good on this area here. Now we can delete that close view, process it. It even tells you this could catch fire.
Nice. Gotta love that. Thank you. Thank you for the warning. Sound like a Tuscan Raider starting up.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, like a whoopee or something. So that is how we do that. Of course, last night, I had Joel on.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were talking about, collecting and whatnot. And I had opened my big mouth about saying how there's only probably a couple more things I can really collect with my space and the finances and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I said one of them was the Darth Vader ship coming from Force Labs.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if they didn't announce that.
Oh, it's coming. Wow.
August 15th is the pre-order. There's going to be 100 of them available worldwide.
Oh, you're going to have to get on that on August 14th.
Yep. So, but it will match the X-Wing Centron base that I have.
Right.
So that'll be probably my last big Star Wars purchase.
Well, for now. It's one of those things, and I was listening to what you were saying last night, and I didn't disagree. We're all at a point to where we've a lot of us have maxed ourselves out through the pandemic, right? Now we've come out of that for at least, God, almost 2 years now, right? Or about a year. And it's like we're full. So many people are like full of everything. And you have to find something or see something that you're like, oh, I have to have that. Because like when HasLab introduced the ship that they're doing, which I think is awesome, I was so thankful I didn't want it.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. I am very much so considering the Vader one that Hasbro came out with, because it is close to studio scale. And the guy that's running a lot of that stuff, or part of that team, Chris, I have a feeling it's mostly him, because he used to make props and do stuff, that it made the better Vader helmet, that has brought the Scout helmet, the Death Trooper now, the Cody. That's all him. And I think he has a lot to do with how cool their offerings have been. Less toy-like, still playable, but less toy-like and more something that's cool. but you got to have space for that kind of stuff. And for me, it's like a lot of the stuff, and for Janine, the 3D printing's changed our lives because, like,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
I want an ESB, ATST from Empire Strikes Back, but the models I'm seeing are $1,700. I'm not spending seven. I don't even have $1,700, but I can print it. You know,
There you
so
go.
here's the head. I can print this, and I enjoy putting them together. You know, so I've got the whole body. I've got an escape pod here that I'm working on at studio scale. Got some Snow Trooper armor that I'm working on. Rex would like this. It's from your Galactic Armory people. However, I think it's way too small. That's the only thing I'm fighting with that. But yeah, 3D printing has been awesome. It's totally changed it to where there are certain things that, yes, you want a hot toy, buy a hot toy. You're not going to be able to 3D print a hot toy or anything like it. You can do a statue, and if you're good with painting, maybe. But yeah, doing the models, the Tanev, the Star Destroyer, the frigate that's back here that I still need to finish painting. I've just been having so much fun, and it's just more enjoyable for me than just buying something off the shelf. But it depends on what that off-the-shelf thing is, you know. Like for you, like you're saying with the Force Laboratory thing, you want it to match the X-wing.
Right.
That's really important. You want to match.
And if I didn't already have the X-wing, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, yeah, I can 3D print an X-wing, I can 3D print a TIE fighter, I can 3D print whatever. Granted, I'm not, the best painter or whatever, but I could get it to at least a certain point, and then I could send it to Joel or Rex or you and Janine. You guys could paint it and ship it back, and it would still be way cheaper, even paying you guys plus the shipping, than buying something, off the shelf. But
what I was saying about the Star Destroyer is, by 100%, it's like 39 inches or something. But the paint on it, as far as the paint goes with it, it is black primer and a white overcoat, and that's what it is. If you want to get in and do the gray panels and all that other stuff, that's one thing. I didn't bother. I'm just not going to really see them. But it took a lot of printing to do as far as it, but I enjoyed it. So basically what I did, and this is the one thing that is great about the GAM bodies, the bad parts are not as accurate, but man, they do look amazing, is I just went through the instructions and started printing the pieces per the instructions, so when they come off the plate I could put them together, and started doing that to be able to keep track of it. And dude, it's going to come out better in my opinion and less money than what you might be able to purchase it for. So that's one with the Star Destroyer. Other things, it depends on your skill level, but
right. Excuse me. And but yeah, I mean that's the one piece that as soon as they announced it, I actually emailed them, and this would have been 8-9 months ago maybe.
Okay.
And I said, do you have plans to make the Vader tie with the Death Star base?
Right.
And they said yes. And I'm like, all right, that's the one I'm going to wait for. I'm not going to get the Snow Speeder. I'm not going to get, the Falcon or the Star Destroyer or any of these others that they're making. That's the one I want.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, I'd love to have the other ones, but, who wouldn't? But at some point, the credit cards...
Well, yeah, it's money and money and space, right? So you play those games. You're playing the juggling game with that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I always tell my, my friends and stuff. They're like, "Well, you have good credit." I'm like, "It's not about the credit. I can go buy a Ferrari tomorrow. They'll come get it next month because I can't make the payment on it." But
yeah, for us, they get it the following day. But yeah,
yeah, they'll let me buy it and drive it off the lot, but they'll be back in 30 days.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you got to be smart. You got to be smart about things, and I know pretty much everybody is. You don't want to get yourself in debt or get to a point where you're like, oh crap, what did I do? But at the same time, on the collecting things, there's a couple things that play against that. If you want something bad enough, you usually find a way to make it happen.
Yep.
But you also need to be in love with what you're getting, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be the smallest little thing. I mean, I saw a pop the other day that I really, really want, and it's it's Kevin, or excuse me, it's Tron on a little light cycle. I'm like, I
Oh
gotta
yeah,
have that. I gotta have that somehow. But it's just something that I just thought was cool. So there's little things like that, but especially the big stuff, you gotta think it through and do it. And it's like the only problem I'm running into is I'm 3D printing stuff, and it's big. I mean,
yeah,
that TANF is 38 inches. The Star Destroyer, this ESB ATST is bigger than studio scale. It's going to finish out at 20 inches tall. It's huge.
oh wow,
And then, of course, the studio scale size escape pod. Well, the main belly section is based off a KFC bucket. So it tells you. I mean, the escape pod is probably, from top to bottom, it's probably close to that 18, 20 inches. They're big.
yeah, they
So,
are.
but
Well,
they're
I've
fun.
I've been doing other stuff, to try to make money. Because again, I'm self-employed, have been for 30 plus years, and
Yep.
that plays into what I can afford to get and what I can't, and that always goes up and down. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so like for instance, I've started making these door hangers. This is one I made for a friend of mine who's a Yankees fan.
Oh, that's cool. What did you make that out of?
This is out of 6 millimeter and 3 millimeter MDF,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
and then it's just painted with a paint that is UV and weather resistant, and then
Wow.
glued together.
Nice. That looks amazing, dude.
So, and it has a kind of a 3D,
Yep.
it's raised and whatnot. All the letters are raised. So I got that. I've done ones for my new boats.
Oh,
So,
wow. So are you painting the individual pieces, their colors, and then assembling it? Yeah.
yep.
It just looks so clean, so good.
Yeah,
It's
you
amazing.
cut everything out first, and then you paint it, and then you glue it back together. So,
Yeah, Rex is saying I might have to order a shareholders Packers one. You cheesehead.
Yep. yeah, cheesehead. I'm gonna have to charge double for that, because Packers.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge NFL guy. I mean, I'm originally from Kansas, so Kansas City Chiefs, but I live in Carolina, so Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
And Carolina Panthers have just, for lack of a better term, just completely destroyed themselves over the last 5 or 6 years. I think tickets were so cheap at one point they couldn't even give them away for 35 cents a piece.
Right.
But
Hey, Pats fan, Ken, how you doing, brother?
hopefully they rebuild. Hey, Pats fan.
Yeah. I would want the old logo for the Redskins because that's what I grew up on.
Yep.
My team, I grew up 5 years in Virginia. I was born in Virginia, but that was always, my father's team and it was the old Redskins logo. And then it turned into whatever the heck it is now. I don't even know what it is, but that's
Washington
what I would want.
Commanders, I think, is what it
Yeah,
is.
something weird.
But yeah, I really don't watch too much NFL now.
Nope.
NCAA football, I absolutely watch. I love college football.
Gotcha.
So
I don't watch
big
it.
Ohio State fan. So
I find it's weird. It's like I want to say I have no time, but I have time. I find myself watching YouTube or finding a movie or something, or even a series. And of course, a lot of YouTube stuff sometimes is how to do stuff, making stuff or whatever. That's what I probably enjoy more. Janine's into cop shows and stuff where they arrest people and which is better than the old murder things that she would do where the woman would always kill the husband. How she got away with it. So I don't have those anymore, but yeah, she's really into car chases. She loves the cops with car chases and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good, whatever. But it's like we're rarely watching regular TV, and definitely I haven't been a huge sports person. And if it was anything, it was football. And I don't know. I just find other things to do.
yeah, I watch a lot of.
Yeah.
I used to have Dish Network for, gosh, almost 30 some years, and finally I cut the cord and went all streaming. And at first I think I was saving money. Now I'm not so sure because you got to subscribe to this service, you got to subscribe to that service.
Well, that was the whole thing, right? It's like you're like, all right, let's cut the cable because that was a big thing, and it was like, wow, because I mean, this is the problem with the services, right? Whoever it is that was supplying your TV, right? Dish or
Yep.
whatever, is you're like, okay, you get all this bundle for $89.99 a month or whatever, and you're like, okay, cool. And then within a couple months, all of a sudden you're like, why is it 120?
Yep.
And then another month too, it's like 300. You're like, how? Forget this. And that's what they do is they pull you in and then they start adding it up slowly to where it's like, boiling a frog in water kind of a thing. And then all of a sudden you're like, why am I paying $200? I don't want this. If they were smart, which they weren't, they would have kept it where it was. And people would have never decided, oh, I need to cut the cord, So, but yeah, I think a lot of people are like, I just need internet. It's really all I need. I've got a Roku or I've got whatever for my TV, and I've got the computers and I've got my monitors, and I'm happy. I don't need Dish Network. I don't need any of that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So this is the printer that I'm getting.
Oh, nice.
So basically, it is a desktop UV inkjet.
And it looks just like you. You need to get an orange beanie.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the one on this. But it'll do tumblers, it'll do stickers, it'll do metal, wood.
And you said the 3D printing, right?
It does up to 5 millimeters in height.
Okay.
So, it'll give that 3D kind of effect.
Right.
And it basically builds up white ink.
Layers,
See, like this one sort of has that 3D built up effect.
Right. Yeah, it does with the flowers for sure.
Yep. So
that's really cool.
That's what's coming. And that's
Nice.
what'll give me the ability to print directly on this 3D bin that I showed you earlier.
Nice.
So,
well, the thing is, even if you print things like instead of having it print a brick, for instance, for a side, you could have it do a flat piece and have it print the brick. Does that make sense?
It'll print the texture, or
yeah,
you can do it reverse. You can actually 3D print the brick that has a texture already built into it, and when you print on it, it will look like an actual brick.
That's crazy.
So there's our
there it is. Oh, there it is. Nice. Yeah.
Or U-wing, I should
U-wing,
say.
yeah.
Y-wing. So let me flip it over here. I'll put my little paper down so we don't mess up my pad. And we'll see if I got my fitment right.
Yeah, it's a cool ship. I was thinking about this like the other day, and especially the original trilogy. There's not a ship or a vehicle I don't like in it.
Yep.
Some of the other stuff, some of the TV shows, I really like some things like the Ahsoka ship and the U-wing from Rogue One, and some of the other stuff from Rogue One. But some of the other stuff, not a huge fan. It's like cool, but it's not. But definitely the original trilogy. There's not one vehicle I don't like that I can think of.
Let's see, with this one, I might have actually too low with the vertical piece. There's a vertical piece right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have made that slot a little bit too long because that should stop right at the top of there. And instead, it goes down.
And it's too low to catch the ship.
But let me double check my other stamp here real quick, because that actually might be correct. That's why I keep my first stand that I make. See, that one is even. So what I need to do is I need to shorten up this slot.
Mm.
I think. Yeah, I need to shorten up that slot by at least get my calipers. This is where a little bit of the engineering comes in.
Right. Yep. You got to think it through. Calipers, measure everything.
So about 4.4 millimeters.
Nice.
So what I'll do is I'll throw in a piece of 3mm acrylic. Take the 6 out. And luckily, I think I can just cut the small piece. And it should fix itself. We can hope.
Yeah, right.
That's the other issue that I've found with cutting acrylic is when you make a vertical and you marry it to a base, if you ever have to create another stand, there's no guarantee that the vertical will match to the base.
Right.
Because there may be a different thickness or something. So
right.
Let's see. Take this.
I will be right back. I have to make a quick run. I'll
Sure.
be right back.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my laser software here. And we're going to go into the verticals. We know this one's good, so we're going to turn that one off. We're going to refresh our view here. And this is just the larger camera in the laser taking a full side bed picture. The issue is it's a fisheye lens, so it has some distortion to it. And it says refresh failed. Let's try it again. There we go. So now we're going to play what fits where. Which is always a fun game. I'm going to auto measure 3.1, so I'm going to actually make it 3.2. And then when I come in here with the close camera view, and normally it doesn't take this long to get the capture, so I must have to refresh my router or something. And we're going to see if this is going to fit in here, which it may or may not fit in that space. Doesn't look like it's going to. So I'm going to undo all that, and we're going to try it in this space. Then once I get it to where I know it can cut, I'm going to adjust that line by 4.5 millimeters. So we're going to make it right here. And then we're going to edit this. And how do I know if that's 4.5 millimeters? I'm going to make a little box. That is 4.4 millimeters. And we're going to come from the top, which is the original top. And we're going to grab these and come down to here. Excuse me. Delete this piece. Double check to make sure is okay. And we're going to bump this up to 80. Process it. And this will be real quick because it's just a cut.
Nice.
Mike socks would help that or not?
Well, I mean, what are you using for a microphone?
It's a blue.
Okay, so it's open. That's why it's picking it. If you had something that was closer or something that you wore, it would be less likely you'd hear that other stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, not a big, but the blue mics are great, especially when they're on the desk. They pick up stuff really well. They're just not set up to. I mean, you could try and do the StreamYard setting with background noise and see if it cuts some of that stuff out. So, it's very possible.
So, this was the old piece. And as you can see, it slid down way too far. This is the new piece we just made. Perfect.
Nice.
So,
now it should all work. That took no time. Yeah. Perfect.
Perfect.
Nice. And again, all your stands, or most of them, is you can set them up to bank them.
Yeah, this one is a little bit more difficult. I mean, you can kind of set it up that way.
But you wouldn't really want to. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that stand is now complete.
Nice.
And then again, I'll just go and wash that off. And this can be used for a scrap piece. So I may be able to cut, like the X-Wings have a small piece, so I can cut a piece out of that. So I just throw that in my spare bin, and
yeah.
then we move on to the next.
Yep.
So that's pretty much how that stuff works.
Nice. Very cool.
So I still got to make a stand for the Falcon.
Right.
For the
Is that the new one or the?
This one is the first edition or the launch edition. The new one I haven't taken out of the package yet. I did show it last night, just the box and stuff, but I haven't taken it out yet.
Gotcha.
And then here's I got to make a stand for the Ghost too. So there's a Ghost comparison.
Oh yeah. The Ghost is big. It's probably one of the biggest ships I think they've done so far.
Yeah. I really hope they don't do any bigger. But at the same time, I kind of want the Tanta 5. I want, a Star Destroyer. Um,
Mhm. I would
but
love to see a sand crawler,
yes, a
but
sand.
it's like how big can they go with this stuff? I mean, a sand crawler, I would think, figures. Yeah, it still should be pretty decent size, but it wouldn't be crazy stupid big.
I think they can make it maybe slightly longer than the Ghost,
Yeah,
and I think it would be okay as
yeah,
far as
yeah.
the scale goes.
Star
Uh,
Destroyer would be really difficult because if you wanted to try and keep it in scale, you couldn't. It would still be the size of my room, you
correct.
know. So they would, if they were going to do that, they'd have to be like, okay, yeah, we'll make it up to this big, 16 inches, 20 inches, and that's it.
Yep.
But Sandcrawler, I think, would be possible. Trying to think of what else that they could do vehicle wise.
I mean, they've done so many already. It's hard to kind of even think of what.
Well, they could do the T16, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't really see it, but you see the model. They could do. God, I'm trying to think of what they haven't done. Right? Good question. I'm sure somebody out there can figure out or think of something. A sail barge. Sail barge would be cool too.
Sail barge would be cool.
Because you could
So,
do it again about that 20 or 20, 24 inches. And okay, yeah, it's $150. All right, but that would be cool.
so it looks like 255.
Yeah, Ken says I have the 9-inch Star Destroyer that has the engines light up. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I have one of them. I think it might be 16 inches. It's not accurate because it has like fold down parts for them to sit, standing or whatever. But what I've done is I've taken risers, so clear acrylic risers, and just flipped them over. So it's more of a U shape, and then that catches the ship, and kind of gives them the Justin look as far as that. This is before Justin.
Before me.
Yeah, and then I've got a couple stands that I got from I think it's displaystands.com that did it for the bigger ships, like the Black Series Snowspeeder and the Y-wing, the Hasbro, the old Kenner or Hasbro Y-wing and stuff like that. So got a couple of those.
Gotcha.
And I think for the Power of the Force Vader ship, which at this point I don't even think I want anymore. I want the newer one, or I want to print one. I can't decide. So
Yeah, it's hard to. I think that's the other problem with collecting nowadays is there's so much stuff out there. For the longest time, we didn't have a lot of stuff. You had master replicas, you had, maybe some sideshow style
yeah.
statues. There was
Well,
a handful of places making.
yeah. I mean, Hot Toys have been around for a while, but still in the very beginning. It's like I wish they would go back and do the original trilogy stuff like they did, because they could do it so much better now. But yeah, there was like high end stuff, and then there was toys, and
Yep.
we have found ourselves somewhere in the middle, to where yes, you can get a nice prop or a nice helmet or bust or whatever, or you could get a cheap toy, or you can get a nice toy, I guess, or stuff that doesn't look like toys anymore.
Right.
The problem with toys is that they always look too clean. And Hasbro's definitely done a good job with going, no, we're going to do weathering on this stuff.
Let me switch cameras here. So
Oh,
basically, what
nice.
I'm doing now is so these are the cutouts, but I don't have enough space to do the next ship that I need to do. So I'm going to
Oh,
pivot
right.
the paper.
That's right. You can't have that laser burn on the paper, right?
Um, you can cut it with the paper on it. You
Okay.
can engrave it.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
So I just pull this back a little bit, and then I'll kind of rip it. get an area wood large enough to fit my next stand. But I also want to keep the paper on it as much as possible because I'll take measurements off that paper.
Right.
So then I get my Dawn Platinum and just put a little bit of Dawn dish soap on there. And we'll rub it in.
Yeah, that's crazy how that works. So that the laser, it doesn't have a problem with the laser at all. It doesn't refract or
Nope.
change it.
But it keeps the dust from adhering to the acrylic once it's been cut.
Right.
Because
Right.
the laser will heat up that dust again.
Right.
And you'll have basically I don't think I have the example anymore of the one I first did. When I first did clear acrylic, I didn't do this.
Mm.
And I didn't mask it. And some people claim that painter's tape works the same way. But to me, this is way easier.
Yep.
You don't have to let it dry or anything. You just kind of, get a nice thin coat on there, throw it in the laser, and you're ready to go.
Nice. It's very cool.
But on the one I was talking about, where I had issues, it makes it look cloudy. So like if you have letters, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
there's cloudiness in between the letters, in between the spaces. Like if you have a U, there in between the blank space, there's cloudiness, and you can't get that off. Because what that is that's dust that is heated back up and adhered itself to the acrylic.
Gotcha.
So to combat that, I do this. So next we got is the Falcon Docking Bay 94.
Nice.
So refresh. And I'll have to measure the slots and all that good stuff, but this kind of gives an idea. Now see, I can't see the top of my piece there. I'm gonna have to come back in and
pull it down
and adjust it. Now the Falcon, the Ghost, and the T6 shuttle have and the Imperial shuttles have the largest bases.
Makes sense. They're big ships.
So they take a lot of acrylic. I might be able to get 4 bases out of one sheet of acrylic with those ships. Maybe.
Yeah.
So I'll take my measurement. Six 6.1. Make that 6.3. And then you just basically repeat. You since I've already designed everything, there's nothing to design. It's just cutting and making adjustments based on the thickness of the stands versus the verticals, and
right.
If any other issues you run into. But
cool.
It doesn't take super long to do, but it does take some time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just like anything else. But this thing prints it out pretty quick. I'll spend this time in, bamboo slicer with stuff before I even print something, because I want to make sure it's in the right orientation and whatever I'm doing sometimes, laying stuff out.
So now see, like these, on this I have to do it a little bit differently because of the fact that these are angled slots. So what I've done is I've created the same size of slots because I have 3 different sizes that I have to contend with. Over here on the on this side.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So then I will size them based on what fits. So that one, okay, so that one needs to be 2.5. So right now it's 2.65. So 2.5. And then this one is between 2.5 and 2.45. So 2.48. Let's go 2.46. 2.46. And then this one. And every piece of 6mm acrylic, I have to cut out a small slot, piece, because the acrylic will vary. Just because it says it's 6mm thick, it might be 6mm on one side and 5.5 on the other.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of account for that. So that one I think we'll do. It's 245, so we'll do 246 on that one too. 2.5, 246, 246, 2.46 millimeters. So then, once I have those set up, again, because these are angled slots,
Right.
I'll copy it, and then I'll come over here and I'll paste it. Where did it paste it at? For some reason it pasted it way over there. So then we come over here and we rotate it and line it up.
Nice.
And then make sure that is an output. Excuse me, dang. And we delete the old one. And then I'll move that to my cut layer.
Cool.
So then you repeat the process for each one. So the next one, copy, paste. And it's this one down here.
So you already have them kind of marked out where you want them.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I just try to match them up.
Yeah.
As best I can. Unfortunately, xTool has not put a way to match angles in yet.
Right. Snap it, kind of.
Yeah, I really wish they would, but because see, I mean, I can type in 45 degrees, but
Yeah, you'd have to do opposite.
it's really more like 40 or whatever degrees that is. And that's the thing I don't like about this is it doesn't tell me. So if I rotate this, it doesn't tell me what my degrees are.
Right. What the angle is, yep.
Which in my opinion it should. But what do I know?
All right.
So then we take that one and delete it, move that to the cut. And that's truly why each one of these are custom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are like, oh, well, you already have the file. You just, copy and paste and tell it to print. No, that's not how this works.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish it was. It'd make my life easier.
Right.
So just come in here and
Cool, cool.
you try to match it as close as you possibly can. But at the end of the day, slight changes in angle
Mm-hmm.
won't really make a huge difference.
No, no, no.
Um, Now, if it's way off, then yeah, it'll.
Yeah.
I must be boring, Scott.
No, no. I need to eat. It's lunchtime for me, and I've been pretty on it with my eating times, the best that I can, for medication and everything else. So I'm kind of at that point where I
Gotcha.
probably need to go eat. So
Well, if you got to go, brother, go.
yeah. Thank you so much for having me on, and it's great seeing
Oh, no
Pat's
problem.
fan and Gap and Rex and everybody else that's probably hanging out and listening. So thank you. But yeah, absolutely, I had a great time. Thank you, Justin. We'll do it again.
No problem.
All right, bye, guys.
Have a good one. So yeah, we're just adjusting this here. I got it pretty close. And these will have the new slot sizes for the new verticals. So then I will go ahead and save this just in case my system decides to freak out on me. I saved that in the right. I did. Okay. So now all these rectangles have now been replaced. They are all set up for cut. We haven't moved anything, so everything should still cut good. And go to process and let the noise begin. Yeah, I really appreciate Scott being on. That was really awesome to have him back and talk with him. And hopefully, you all enjoyed that and got a little something out of it. Um, so yeah, now we're cutting the stand for the Millennium Falcon, the hamburger. Um, so that's going to take 18 minutes to engrave and cut. And then after that one, I'll probably go ahead and shut this down and work on the rest either later today or tomorrow. It's already 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Should have the Darth Vader can. So, not too bad. We got this will be the third stand. So 3 stands in hour and 40 minutes, call it. So not bad. Um, Unfortunately, and that's the one thing I kind of have to stress with lasers. I guess I can check this off. With lasers is that it's not a design it once, throw in your material, and cut it. You do have to, every single time you go in and cut something, you have to make adjustments, whether it be for the material, for the slot size, especially with slots. Now, if I was just doing these signs, like these door hangers, I design the file once, I throw the material in the laser, it cuts it, and I paint it. I don't have to adjust anything unless I make the sign larger or smaller. This will cut like this every single time with no adjustments. The adjustment part comes in with the tabs and the slots. That's where the adjustments come in. So that's part of the issue with making stuff that fits together. You have to make sure it continues to fit. But I think this is the maybe 60th stand that I've cut. So I am getting better and faster at it. But even with slot sizers, like I have the slot sizer, and this has a whole bunch of different slots in millimeters. The issue is that while in theory this should fit in the same hole that I just made, so that was a 2.5. See, it doesn't quite fit. Doesn't quite fit. If I go to 2.6, now it's too loose. I go back to 2.5, doesn't fit. That's because this is cut out of a different piece of acrylic. So if I go to 2.55 on this one, it fits, but it's just a little loose. So that's why I did 2.54. And there's 2.5. See how it fits in 2.5 on this one, not on that one. So that's why it's important when you cut acrylic and you're doing tabs and slots, and even wood, if you're doing MDF or any type of wood, walnut, chestnut, mahogany, bamboo, all the different types of wood, cypress, beechwood, pine, cedar. You make a test cut deal if you're doing tabs and slots, because the way the laser interacts with the material or the thickness of the material, if there's any variances, they're going to show up when you start trying to put things in the holes. So that's why it's good to measure and check and double test. But that's also why these stands are custom, because let's say that I send this stand to Joe Bob. Joe Bob loves it. He has it for 4 or 5 years or whatever, and then he moves and he drops it and it shatters or it cracks or it breaks or something. He would have to order a completely new stand, because I could not just cut the piece that broke and send it to him, because it may not fit, because each vertical is married to the base. So it would be very hard, if not impossible, without the base to marry a vertical to it. So that's why you'd have to order a whole new stand. Now, obviously, I would, help him out with that, as I do anybody who breaks a stand. You have to pay a little bit of shipping and a small fee, but that's because I have to go back and redo the entire thing. It's not just, I'll just replace this piece. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. I wish it did. So we are almost quarter of the way through, I think. 12 minutes left on this stand. So thanks for the people that are watching. Hopefully you're getting something out of this. If nothing else, you're just hanging with a guy and on a Saturday afternoon, watch him create something. So on this particular order, I'm trying to remember. I don't even have my phone on me. Let's see here. This particular order was a gunship, which we did, a Slave One, which we did, a U-Wing, which we did, a Falcon, which we got on there, an Imperial Shuttle, a Ghost, and a Jedi Shuttle. So we'll have 3 more to do after this is done. Well, I'll have 3 more to do, not you have 3 more to do. You're not working. You're just sitting there. But hopefully you're learning something. I mean, that's the whole point of these workshops. If you have questions, throw them up in the chat. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And if I can't answer them, maybe Sexy Rexy can dance for you and you'll forget what you asked. And I do get up from time to time to check the laser, because you really don't want to leave lasers unattended, especially with acrylic or wood. Acrylic is flammable, wood is flammable. Now, when it's engraving, it's not as big as it's not as, what am I trying to say? It's not as much of a danger when it's just engraving. When it's cutting, that's when the danger is. Engraving is just, kind of chipping away. Cutting is where the laser is at its most powerful and has the most ability to do damage. So another project. So glass bottles. I can engrave on those. Now this is from the manufacturer. It's screen printed or some type of a UV print on the glass, but that is laser engraved into the glass. So that is something that the P2S behind me can do. One of the benefits of it. It is a CO2 laser. So yeah, it is a killer shirt, Ken. I really like it. I have his other one too that just has Greedo real big, but really like this shirt from Rex and Millennium Workshop. And if you like his shirts, and you want more shirts, check out the Utinni Designs shop. So I think I have it here. Here's this Utinni Designs swag and merch, and I think I have Rex's in here too. I have his YouTube. Let me see if I have his swag. I believe this is it. Let me double check before I mess that up. I'll copy and paste it in the chat if it is in fact the correct one. It looks like the correct one, so we'll copy that. And save it. We'll put that up and we'll put it in the chat. So if you would like to get this shirt from Rex at Millennium Workshop, go to the link in the chat or the link on the screen. Pick you up some mean green. Yeah, some other cool shirts on there too, so be sure to check that out. For shirts like I had on last night, or shirts that help support the channel and myself, be sure to go to our swag and merch store, which I can copy that as well. Show it. So there's the link to my swag and merch. Then, as always, you want to support our friends at Hyperdrive, the Hyperdrive channel here on YouTube, and Spice Runners Lounge. Don't forget about them. They will be back on Friday. And then they also have swag. And George has swag too. So be sure to check those out. Be sure to subscribe to Janine's YouTube at Jedi_Niner. Rex's YouTube at Millennium Workshop. Let's see, who else we got here? We got Rolando. We got, who else we got? Jack in the Shop. He was on last night. I'm not sure if he's on today, but he does some pretty cool laser stuff and kind of do-it-yourself projects. So make sure to check him out. All about supporting the community. So that's what makes everybody grow. You support me, I support them, they support you. Everybody's happy. So check on this. It is almost done engraving, and then it will start cutting. I really wish there was a way that I could show you this live, but I've done that before, and some people said that they didn't like watching Laserhead just move back and forth because you can't really see it cut. You can see the engraving appear, but otherwise you can't see it cut. So that's why I took that camera and used it for the overhead for my table. What else can I show you? All this is engraving. Some more finished stands. Now, normally I do not keep stands in stock. I make them as they come in. Like here's a good example of wood. So this is about a 4-inch tall wood cross. The backing is walnut. And then this is just white MDF. And you can see the cross has a scoring inside of it. And then you cut out the word or the letters. And I didn't have to paint this because it was already white MDF. And I just cut it out and then glued it together. And this would go on a rearview mirror. This would be a bookmark. It could be a bag tag. You know, however you want to do it. So I offer that type of custom stuff as well. Custom metal plates. These are aluminum thick plates. See, I can't even hardly bend that. Unlike these thinner ones. See how easy I can bend those? These are the really thin ones. You can't do that with these. These are pretty solid. But I can laser engrave these, and I can put any design I want on them, any lettering, any company names, QR codes, whatnot. Same with the thin business cards. This is cutting, so I'm going to watch it while it cuts. Make sure you don't have any flare-ups or fires. So now it's cutting the big part. It cut the slots first. It doesn't take super long to cut, which is nice. So far, so good. Now, as long as we did our slots correctly, everything should fit. Almost there. So I'll switch over to the other camera. And we can see how all this kind of works here. All right, so it is done cutting. Wait for the fumes to be extracted out the garage door. So here is the finished, and we will go ahead and pop out the little slots. Or in this case, a big slot. Now these you really can't do a whole lot with because they're just real thin slivers, so I usually just toss those. And then we're going to get my trusty little blue towel here so we don't mess up the mat. If you would like a desk mat like this, you can get it at Utinni Designs swag merch shop. So now we just test fit. That's good. It's a little tight. Let's see. Yeah. And there you go. So now we make sure the Falcon works. Works like a champ. I even got this one backwards. So there we go. Just like so. And then I double check everything underneath as well. Just make sure that I have it where I want it. It actually should have been more like this. Now, if you get a stand from me and something is looser than you think it should be, I guarantee you, you will sometimes wish it was looser than it should be because I've made it too tight, or it's tight for a reason. But if it's ever too loose, take a little bit of Scotch tape or clear packing tape, wrap around the end of this. Just put one little piece here, try it. One little piece on the other side. If it's still too loose, try it. If that doesn't work, you can take tiny dabs of Gorilla Glue, clear Gorilla Glue, and put it in there, and that will keep it tight as well. Technically, you shouldn't have to do that, but some people want it, like this one's just a little loose. So you take a little bit of Scotch tape, packing tape, put it in there. The thing is that the reason I made these a little bit tighter is because these hold the weight. This is just a small support piece. It literally is just keeping the ship from falling this way. That's all it's doing. So the weight of the ship is not on it. The weight of the ship is on these two poles, these two right here. This one's strictly for support. That's why I don't care if that one's loose or not, because it's literally not holding anything. So another stand ready to go. So now what I'll do is I'll end the stream and I'll get these cleaned up. But you've seen how they've looked. This is what it'll look like when it's all cleaned up and to the client. So it'll look just like that. And I let the client take the tape off the one side. And actually, I guess I should put it on more on the black so you can actually see what it looks like. I had it on the yellow here, so it may not have shown through. There we go. So that's what it'll look like. What's if I turn it around? So a couple more stands and we'll have another happy customer. So that's pretty much all I got for you today. I thank you all for tuning in and spending another hour and a half with me, basically. Let me switch cameras here. So, again, if you have any questions on lasers, 3D printing, graphics in general, graphic design, let me know. I'm here to help, and I'm more than happy to help, and I won't even charge you for it. Well, that depends on how much help you want. No, I'm just kidding. But I love doing this stuff. It's very cool to see something, to create something not only in the computer, but then create it in real life. And anybody who's ever 3D printed or done laser engraving or work knows that feeling. So if you don't have a 3D printer and you're thinking about it, just do it. Just get one. It will change your mindset. It may be a little frustrating at first, but that's why I'm here. That's why Rex is here. Scott, I'm sure Ken, Pat Fan, Brett, all of us can help you with that. And if we fail at that, then there's always YouTube. And trust me, there are thousands of videos on YouTube on how to do stuff. You could probably find a video on how to wipe your butt if you really didn't know how to do that. So make use of the tools that you have. Make use of the resources that you have. It's not like the old days where you had to go to a public library or a workshop or a maker's station. If you have those available to you, use them. But the internet currently is the most powerful resource anybody has, and we all have it right at our fingertips. So use it. That's it for me. I'm gonna do the rest of these stands up, and that way I can ship them off Monday or Tuesday and have a happy customer. So until next time, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and may the force be with you.